Hello, Watem here, and welcome back to some more Higurashi When They Cry. Well, I mean, I said I wanted more Rika, so let's have more Rika, I guess. I realized all of a sudden, she looks just like Rika-chan on the outside, but she's not her. It is just copying her appearance. It came to Mia-san, to me, and to Rika-chan. I decided to talk aggressively on purpose in order to work up courage before my fear crushed me down.
Rika-chan, かな。他の誰に見えるのですか?
It answers just like the Rika-chan I know. But I know it's not Rika-chan. Rika-chan wouldn't come to a place like this so late at night.
わかるよ。リカちゃんじゃないんでしょ。おあいにくだけど、私の目はごまかせないよ。外見がリカちゃんであっても、あんたはリカちゃんじゃない。私の友達のフルでリカじゃない。何者?
Rika looked stunned for a while. She looked as if she didn't understand what I was talking about. But she pretended like that for too long. If she really didn't know what I was talking about, she wouldn't be able to stand the silence for this long. But she kept quiet. And she finally showed her true character. It laughed. It laughed at me because I figured out something that was almost impossible to figure out. That it was not Rika.
あんた、誰?
It didn't answer my question. It kept laughing for a while. And then, it looked straight into my eyes in a way Rika-chan never did before. And it said this.
私もこの世に生きて長いけど、私をリカじゃないと見破ったやつは初めてよ。あなたは勘がいい人だと初対面から思ってたけど、大したものね。
She clearly spoke to me the things I was most afraid of. I was completely shocked. It's like she told me everything that could possibly scare me. I didn't want to hear any of this. It's something I can't possibly twist in a way I can comprehend.
でもあえてリカだと名乗っておくわ。私もリカを自分の呼び名だと思ってかなり長いしね。へえ。長いってどれくらいに? 大したことはないわ。ほんの100年程度よ。
So, she's been going backwards and forwards for about 100 years now, has she?
はあ? 何を言ってんのあんた?
I'm contradicting myself. I know the person who's standing in front of me isn't Rika, but at the same time, I deny its existence. As long as humans hold this kind of emotion, they can never accept unknown existences. In other words, we can never accept them.
怯えなくていいわ。あなたは社内。私は社外。互いに相手に物騒なことをするのは簡単じゃない。お互いに都合のいい距離だと思うけど、私が何百年生きていようとも、フルでリカは所詮小さな子供だもの。
Did she learn from her attempt on Shion?
あなたに腕力で勝てると思ってないわ。むしろ逆上したあなたに飛びかかられないか不安なのはこっちの方なんだから。
I realized that this creepy thing that looks just like Rika was only here to talk to me. I felt my attention fade away a little bit. But still, I don't know what she wants to talk to me about at a place like this, so late at night. I'm like a fish on a cutting board. There's nothing I can do other than to wait and see what's going to happen. I waited for it to make a move for a while, and then it opened its mouth again.
あなたは何かに怯えている。それは正解。
It uses sarcasm. Rika-chan's cute face looked even uglier than ever when it smiled. I held back my fear and tried to reply firmly.
ええ、おかげさまで。
そう。何に怯えているの？
あんたらが一番よくわかっているくせに。
It told me earlier that we were safe from each other because one was in the car and the other was standing outside. But it's obvious that I'm the one who's being driven into a corner. When I'm talking to it, I could be surrounded by its minions. I got scared and tried to listen to the sounds of my surroundings carefully.
怖がらないで。私はあなたを助けに来たんだから。
助けに？へえ、どうやってかな？
あなたはね、ちょっとしたお薬で楽になるのよ。私はその薬を持ってきたと言ったら関心がある？
Just get back to the beginning of that sentence.
あなたはね、ちょっと病気になってしまっただけなの。ちょっとしたお薬で楽になるのよ。私はその薬を持ってきたと言ったら。
薬？
It put its hand in its pocket and took out a small case. It opened the case and showed me what was inside. What was in there made me gasp in surprise.
注射器！
It's not normal for a person to carry around a syringe. I have no idea what's going on. I was expecting it to be the pills, I'm gonna be honest. But what Rika-chan is holding in her hand is a syringe. There's no way I can twist that fact around.
そう。あなたを楽にしてくれる注射よ。
楽になれるって？私には分かってる。それで富武さんを殺した薬物の正体は原子の力を持った寄生虫。かつての奇病を再現させる恐ろしい注射。楽になれるって？私には分かってる。それでしょ？富武さんを殺した薬物の正体は原子の力を持った寄生虫。かつての奇病を再現させる恐ろしい注射。
富武の注射はね。でもこれは違うわよ。本当よ。
It giggled. It isn't the giggling that scares me. I'm scared that it admitted the cause of Tomitake-san's death so easily. And it also admitted the direct cause of the mega disease that Tomitake-san died from.
私にもあの死に方をさせるつもりなんでしょ。そしてゴグラに現れたレナが私に入れ替わって一件落着。そういう魂胆なんでしょ。誰がそんな注射をするもんか。
まあ嫌がるとは思った。
Because she's been through this before?
明らかに怪しいしね。
分かってるじゃないの。ならどうするの？富武さんみたいに集団で襲って無理やり注射でもするの？
Tomitake-san's autopsy report said that he had bruises on his body that proved he was fighting against several people right before he died. That means he must have ganged up on him to give him the shot against his own will.
無理に襲って注射したいけど、あまりうまくいった試しはないわね。だから無理やりってのはもう諦めてるわ。だからあなたの自由意志に任せることにする。
ふざけないで！そんな薄気味悪い注射、誰が使うものか。
私もそのあたりは悩んだわ。どうなだめすかせばあなたに注射できるかをね。 強引にも無理だし、理解も得られないし。なら結局、私はあなたの判断に任せるほかないってこと。
そんなのは聞くまでもない。誰がそんな見えすいた罠にかかるか。
ま、想定通りの反応よ。どうせ期待してなかったし。
It heaved a sigh, made a gesture as if it is mocking me, and smiled bitterly. It looked as if it was saying that I'm a lower animal that can't understand it's being given a chance for salvation. I kind of want to say I'll take the shot on the dare, but I know that's exactly what it is intending to do.
とっとと帰ってお前の仲間に注射には失敗したと伝えるがいい。私は負けない。最後まで徹底的に抗ってやる。そして 1% にも満たないかもしれない勝機をつかんで、必ずや貴様らを打ち滅ぼしてやるから。
そう。ならばせいぜい頑張りなさいな。どうせもうすぐ滅ぶ世界だしね。
滅ぶ？
あなたには関係のないことよ。井戸の中のカエルが井戸の外なんかに興味を持っても仕方ないでしょ。
At this stage in the game, it said something very dubious. I tried hard to understand what this horrifying creature was trying to say. I mean, I'm guessing something about her death. Because if the third one, not long after she died, then the whole town got flooded with sulfur or something. Some volcanic thing, or was it carbon dioxide? Anyway.
私をこれからどうするつもりなの？
Did I say I tried hard to understand what this horrifying creature was trying to say?
私はどうもしないわ。好きにすればいい。
It's almost too easy. As far as I know, do whatever you want means ignorance or release when your enemy says it to you. At the very least, it isn't a bad thing. Or does it have another meaning? In that way, I overinterpreted the meaning of the sentence, but then it said it again.
あなたの好きなように過ごせばいい。このリュウグウレナにはもう興味ない。次のリュウグウレナとうまくやれるようにするわ。
So at this point, she doesn't believe that she can survive, and so she's going to try on the next attempt.
せめて次のリュウグウレナは変に勘が良くないことを祈るだけよ。
I was scared of it, like I'd be scared of a judge handing down a death sentence. She didn't mention anything about the previous runners.
私も昔は小さなほころびが生じるたびに直そうと奔走したものだけど、途中からね、疲れてきちゃったの。このひなみ沢にもう興味ない。次のひなみ沢を探しに行くことにするわ。でもあなたにはこのひなみ沢しかない。だからせいぜい頑張って行きなさいな。
It was telling me scary things, one after the other. This was obviously a warning of Hinazawa's destruction. It means the climax is coming soon. They have already prepared another runner. No, it's not gonna happen. When I lose to this fate, they are going to replace me with that runner as if nothing happened. They're very well organized. Not more just time shenanigans, so yeah, everything's being replaced. What humans are most afraid of is for their lives to lose all value. Your life becomes worthless when you're told that you have a replacement. It's like an indirect death sentence. It closed the syringe case, put it back into its pocket. It turned around and started climbing up the slope. At the top, it looked back. and spoke without as much as an evil smile.
じゃあね。さよなら。このリュウグウレナ。次のリュウグウレナでは仲良くしてね。ほとんどの場合は仲良くできてるんだから。
次のリュウグウレナなど許すものか。私は私だ。たった一人だ。お前らの思い通りにはならない。絶対に、絶対に。
You don't have a choice in that matter. I wondered if my scream was reaching it. It looked at me coldly. It looked at me as if I was just an image of the past on the TV screen.
たまにはこういう会話も面白いか。
So at this point, Rika's over 100 years old, is she now? That is interesting. That laughter gradually disappeared into the darkness. Although if we think about it, she was there, present for the year before the mysterious deaths. This is the 50th, so at least 6 years at a time. Which means... let's see. Probably couldn't have been more than 17 like tries now, I guess. Although maybe she doesn't always jump back to the same point. Maybe she doesn't always get as far before having to jump back. That laughter gradually disappeared into the darkness. It disappeared into the darkness as well. I was the only one left there. And forsaken. And they don't care if I disappear. They don't care if I disappear. They told me I should struggle as much as I want because it doesn't matter anyway. They already have a replacement. They don't need me in Mazar anymore because my intuition is too sharp. When I realized that, I noticed that this garbage dump is a perfect grave for me. Then I realized that this place wouldn't work as a hideout anymore. I'd better start packing and move somewhere else. It told me to struggle as much as I want. I'm going to do just that, damn it. Damn it. I have to get ready to move out from here. I'm going to put everything back into my backpack. I have to leave here as soon as possible. The light of the flashlight wasn't enough to see by, so I turned the table lamp on. The light made things show up very clearly. When I reached my backpack, I realized something and gasped in surprise. The palm of my hand was covered with an eerie liquid. I thought I wiped off my sticky sweat earlier, but it wasn't my sweat. And where did this blood come from? So when she was scratching herself, when she felt itchy when the quote-unquote Sonozaki gangsters came by? I realized it right away. I was scratching the mosquito bites on my neck earlier, and I scratched them until it bled. And I noticed that. I remembered this sensation, the mixture of pain and itchiness. Why? I felt something moving near the wound on my neck, so I scratched it again to get rid of whatever it was. Why do I have to read this out? My hand got sticky and wet with blood again. I can't see what the things are, because I don't have a mirror, but I know. They're already spreading throughout my entire body, causing the itchiness on my arms and the back of my knees. I'd never experienced this before. I think I got bitten by a bad bug or something. But unfortunately, I already know what's causing this itchiness. Oh, and Rika already left with the case, so it's not like she left it outside. I said it with hatred. Why now? Why here? It's maggot disease, without a doubt. If I cut the veins on my arms, the dusky red gross things would flow out. But it's impossible. I didn't get any suspicious shots. But it doesn't have to be a shot. They might have put the drug in my food, but I might have eaten it without noticing. I don't think they put it in the food at my house, but I used to share lunch with my friends at school. They might have put it in the lunches. That Rika who visited me just earlier was shining the flashlight on me, so she knew that I was scratching my neck so hard it bled. Nevertheless, she acted like there was nothing wrong, and she told me that I wouldn't last long. Now I know why she was laughing at me in a sarcastic way. She knew that I wouldn't have much time left. It itches very badly, but I can't scratch. The more I scratch, the itchier it gets, and I'm not going to do the same thing Tomitake-san did. Damn it, damn it, damn it! The itchiness might not be temporary. It might actually get worse. I don't know if it's going to stop soon, or if it's going to last until I die from it. I don't know anything anymore. I just have to endure the itchiness. I wipe the blood on my neck with a towel, clench my teeth, and try to erase the desire to scratch my neck. The wound was throbbing. I wanted to scratch it so badly, but I couldn't do that. I fought back the desire, biting the end of the towel. I scratched other parts of my body really hard in order to forget about the itchiness on my neck, but it didn't really work. I just prayed for the itchiness to go away, closed my eyes, and fought back with the desire. That seemed to be the best way. I let my mind go blank, breathing hard for a while. I felt like the itchiness got a little bit better. I took a deep breath, and I immediately started panicking. Staying here is more dangerous than the itchiness. I have to leave here as soon as possible. I felt it while packing my stuff. I felt the end coming closer, the end that Rika told me about earlier. I assumed I could live until the end, but I might have been wrong. I might follow the same path Tomitake-san took, way before the end comes. I was sweating like crazy, and it felt so nasty. I know it's not sweat, but I'm going to think that it's sweat for now. Wipe my neck with a towel and hurry to leave. Aww. Which also means she's not going to come into contact with Geichi. Aww. This area has no streetlights, so I was scared to run fast when I could barely see. The moon lit up the sky, but not my steps. The only light I had to see by was my flashlight. The light was very weak. All I could see was the flat gravel road before me. Anything the flashlight couldn't reach was in total darkness. The expression used in novels, pitch black, wouldn't be inappropriate. I might trip over an empty can or a rock any time. Not wanting to fall, I used the flashlight to its maximum extent to watch my step. But I was still a bit nervous. I started running slower and slower until I was just walking briskly. Did I just stop running because I'm afraid of tripping in the dark? But I usually run around without watching my step during the day. I run around with Renna and me on all the time. Even if I can see what's underfoot, I don't pay any attention. I don't think I might trip. I just keep running around without care. Renna might be feeling the same way I am right now. For Renna, the light with which she illuminates the darkness of suspicion is too weak. The darkness of a delusion she deeply believes is getting darker and darker. That's why she's scared to even walk on the same road she always used to take. She fell for the contents of those ridiculous scrapbooks. People might laugh at her for that, but those scrapbooks aren't normal. They manipulate their readers' hearts and, with an evil intent, take advantage of their vulnerabilities. That evil intent captured my heart for one night. That's why I know how evil they are. They're just urban legends, like the prophecies of Nostradamus or the Purple Mirror. They're a bunch of feasible lies. When you hear about them at first, you think they're too stupid to believe. Once you fall for them, it's hard to get them out of your mind for some reason. It will be the year 1999, in less than 20 years. Everybody knows about the prophecy that the world will come to an end in July 1999. There are even some TV shows about it too, which irresponsibly fan people's fears, so some people take it seriously. Those people will think that the prophecy means the outbreak of nuclear war, so some of them are making shelters in their backyards. Some of them are thinking about freezing themselves by 1999, so that they won't be exposed to radiation, only waking up after it's gone. Those people are completely serious about it. When you think about it rationally, it's impossible that there'll be an outbreak of nuclear war in 1999. It's true that the Cold War makes us think that the final war will break out any time, but both powers are actually pointing their nuclear missiles at each other. They know there's nothing to gain for either of them to start a nuclear war. The Soviets might still do it. The Soviets would destroy the world if it meant eradicating liberalism. With that delusion that the Soviets might do it, could be neatly swapped for the way Takano-san uses the Sonozaki family in her scrapbooks. When people create a large-scale delusion, like the prophecies above, they always use an incomprehensibly unknown enemy, such as the Soviet Union, Nazi Germany, or aliens. And they say something like, "You never know, they might do things like that," and try to increase the credibility of their delusions without any evidence whatsoever. What did Takano-san know about the Sonozaki family? Nothing. All she did was use the history of Onagafuchi and say that the Sonozaki family is still working behind the scenes, plotting a horrifying conspiracy. It's just like for one of those large-scale prophecies. It's nothing but a stupid story like that one about Nazi Germany, which says that Hitler is still alive and lives in an underground complex somewhere on the South Pole, continuing his plot to conquer the world. I mean, by this point in time, he'd be an really old person. Just venting, I guess. Rena usually doesn't believe in stupid stories like that. But it was just bad timing, I suppose. It was right after she killed Rina Mamiya in Teppei Ojo. It was caught by us. She was in a state of panic when she heard the story. We were waiting for her to recover from the shock. But before she did and regained her strength of heart, a poison got into her and spread all throughout her body. When you're sick and have a weakened immune system, it's easy to get another disease. It's just like that. That's it. Rena is just sick right now. When you're very sick, in bed with a high fever, you sometimes feel like you might die from it. But most of the time, you're just overreacting. You get better soon after you take a medicine, eat healthy food, and sleep a lot. That's how she is right now. She caught a mental cold, that's all. She needs to get better soon, or she might get caught by the police. I passed several patrol cars on my way. I hid every time I saw one, since I didn't want to be questioned. I was probably passed by them twice. When I came close to Rena's house, I saw a car parked near the gate. It was obviously watching her house, trying to capture her when she'd arrived home. Mion ordered the Sonozaki family to find Rena to protect her from the police, but honestly, I'm not sure if they can. After all, Rena believes that the Sonozaki family is after her. But if they don't find her, the police will eventually. If that happens, all of us who helped to bury the corpses will be caught by the police in the end. I don't know how or why the police came to suspect her. I think they only have some circumstantial evidence. I don't think they know she did it for sure. But since they're looking everywhere for her now, they must have some kind of reliable evidence. Rena, come on. The fact that they're both looking for her to protect her from the other. Oh. You don't have time to play around with Takano-san's scrapbooks right now. The police are after you. It was so dark that I couldn't be sure if she was still there. But I made up my mind and headed down the slope, carefully shining my flashlight to light my way. I wanted to loudly call out Rena's name, but there might be some policemen nearby looking for her. I walked around a trash pile, and then I saw a light. It was Rena. I ran towards her hideout, kicking aside the trash in my way. Rena was standing right in front of her hideout, holding a hatchet. Couldn't blame her. She must have noticed all the noise I made coming down the slope.
レナ、俺だ。
今度は圭一くん今夜はいろんな人が来る夜だね。
俺以外にも誰かいるのか？
So Rena is back with her dead eyes. Yeah, I think I'll end it here for today. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments. And until next time.